Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 23. We're up to 23 already, which is pretty crazy because I think we stopped at episode 8 originally. So we've done quite a few since the recommencement of the series, I guess is probably the best way of saying it. But this is My Son the Traitor. We've got a few things to get through. We've obviously got Jerry Lawler and Joey Styles, who we are currently trying to sign to fix up our announcing team, just to make it a little bit better. Obviously, we've got Tony Schiavone in there. He's very good. I like Tony. I was always a big fan of his. I'm a fan of his on AEW as well. He's not really as good as maybe he used to be, but still good. Still enjoys the wrestling business. Arn, I see Arn as more of a road agent. Obviously, 85 psychology is very good. And he's less good on the microphone. And then Scott Hudson's kind of just he's a bit of a sort of in between. He's good at both announcing and color commentary, but he's also not exactly, I guess, the level of maybe the company that we are. If that makes sense, the size of the company we are. Anyway, let's advance. I'm going to advance 2 days at a time, just in case WWF puts in an offer for either Joey or for Jerry. So I want to make sure that we actually get them in, because I think fixing the announcing was probably a pretty important thing to do. Harley Race retired. Would actually make a really good road agent. I think we might just get Harley Race on a contract. Then we'll make him a road agent. So I think we'll get him in as well, because I wanted better road agents as well. That was sort of the next thing on the chopping block. It doesn't actually say he's a road agent here. He's just a personality, but we'll be able to change that once he actually comes in. And theoretically, he will then become our highest rated or highest psychology. Yeah, he'll be our highest psychology road agent that we'll have. But there's Joey Styles, so we'll accept that one. And we are still waiting for negotiations there with Jerry Lawler. Got a house show in Hawaii there as well. One thing I did want to turn off is we want to take DDP off of house shows as well. Really don't want people maybe like Kurt Hennig is one that I could probably get away with. But Kurt Hennig's off already, to be honest, so that's pretty funny. I'm fine with everybody else being on. I mean, the only other one I can really think of would maybe be Canyon. But then again, Canyon's he's still pretty young. So, yeah, I think we'll keep him on there. Lance Storm potentially as well. You know, we're going into the new year, so I want to make sure that everybody's fresh, because we'll have, you know, Eddie Guerrero and Test coming in. I want to have good opponents for those guys, and hopefully make some decent storylines. Anyway, let's keep advancing. We'll do another 2 days here. Get us into Saturday. Been a good amount of views and likes and stuff going on the previous videos. So I just want to say thank you for all your support recently. It does mean a lot, and I do appreciate all the support, especially, well, there we go, Jerry Lawler coming in as the heel. Perfect. Another house show in Canada, this one. Only 171 fans. We only made $500 ticket sales, but that's perfectly fine. Psycho Ripper, Psychosis, has picked up an injury, which is frustrating, but it's not exactly terrible, if that makes sense. Because we weren't really going to use him this month. He's only going to be out for 17 days, so that's perfect. That's pretty much the end of the month, which is fine. John Cena back in 36 days. and we've already got a nice little storyline planned for him. So I'm looking forward to that as well. All right. Now that we've got both those signings, we may as well get into the show here, and we'll start booking. So we've essentially got 2 matches already booked for this show. Last episode we booked we set up the match for Mike Awesome and Rob Van Dam. We're going to do a little bit more on that with this episode as far as angles go. It'll be a nice little angle to, again, continue the storyline. But the other match we've also got is, with that said, probably want to get rid of one of my road agents. Who's the worst one out of them? So Dave Taylor's 75. Johnny Ace is 80. So it's looking like Dave Taylor. And then where's Fit Finley? He's also 80 as well. But he passes on knowledge, so he's someone we would like to keep around. And we can actually give him a contract once his contract runs out here, and actually have him come back in and be an in-ring talent, which would be good, because he could be a pretty decent sort of lower to mid-card level talent that is able to put other people over. He's got 30 popularity as well, so he's not exactly a slouch either. But yeah, let's before we get into the actual show, let's change our announcers around. We're probably going to suffer a penalty with this for a little while due to, they've got adequate experience here, but if we tick the box there and we go, I'd like to go in order, to be honest. So go Joey, we'll go Tony, and then you throw Jerry Lawler on the end of it. Sort of have Tony be the middleman between the two of them. Looking at that, Joey Styles has already gone up to 86 as a result of us just signing him. He was 85 previously, so yeah, we have zero experience for this one. But we're gonna bite the bullet, I think, and essentially just run with it. In the long run, it's going to be more beneficial. Will they maybe slightly get a bit of, experience together leading into Starrcade? Hopefully. What was I doing? So Joey Styles first, Tony in the middle, and then Jerry Lawler on the end. If I was to keep Scott Hudson in there, it still stays at adequate. I'd like to know your guys' thoughts. Is it worth, and do we have enough time to get a little bit of experience together prior to Starrcade at the end of December? Or do we keep Scott Hudson in there alongside Styles and Schiavone? I'm going to bite the bullet for now, and we'll see what happens, to be honest. All right. Let's advance. I think we will actually run in the Mid-Atlantic. I know I said I wasn't really going to run in there anymore. The Hampton Coliseum looks like a nice little venue. Or even Norfolk Scope. Richmond Coliseum, Richmond, Virginia. Let's go to the Richmond Coliseum. All right, so main event, Kurt Hennig taking on Diamond Dallas Page. This one will go for 16. I'm going to give it a good amount of time. We've got 2 proper main eventers in the main event there. I know they're a little bit old, but they're both still really, really good. We haven't done that, have we? Go back to the roster real quick. Find Harley Race. And we need to ask him to be a road agent. Career. Okay, beautiful. And then we have him as a road agent. Beautiful. He's now a road agent. Perfect. So I will have him actually be running our main events. Then we'll have Arn Anderson be our sort of backup. Once again, we're going to go for another angle with all 4 members of our sort of main event number 1 contenders scene. It's essentially a number 1. It's going to be a number 1 contenders match of the pay-per-view. It's going to be Canyon and it's going to be Sean O'Hare. Once again, everyone rated. They will all be unscripted, unfortunately, but it is what it is. They will get a bit of success in there as well. And then once again... Actually, you know what? For this one, for this episode, or do we do it next episode? We'll do it next episode. I will have... We're going to give Booker T a match, though. Booker T going to have a bit of a warm-up match against someone like Evan Courageous. Sure, why not? The 6-minute match. We haven't really seen Booker T on Nitro in action for a little while, so we'll give him a nice little match there. Might even have Harley Race run that one as well. Obviously, non-title match. And then I'll have an angle. I'm going to have Booker T onto Jeff Jarrett by himself. And then we'll have Jarrett come out after his match. And we'll do like a sort of double angle. Jeff Jarrett there. 5-6 minutes. Beautiful. Give that one a Harley Race as well because it's going to be good. Unscripted. And then we'll do another angle there for Jeff Jarrett coming out. And him and Booker having a war of words as well. Cool. That one will go post-match. Yeah, just post-match angle. Jeff Jarrett, Booker T. Like it. What else have we got? We've got... We'll throw a tag team match in there. We did Lowdown last week, actually, so let's go Jindrak and Stasiak. And they can take on, I guess, Gold Bond Mafia. Either that. I might just do a CM Punk promo by himself, to be honest. I'd like to see how he goes. Let's go the team of Brian Kendrick and American Dragon in that case. And once again, we'll give Jindrak another win. Just trying to build Jindrak up a little bit. I'm going to start using some of these guys like Dragon. American Dragon's going to go into the Cruiserweight division. It was something that you guys were mentioning. Yeah, it'll be good. Anyway, give an angle to Jindrak. And actually, we'll give an angle to Chaz and D'Lo. Just a backstage angle onto Jindrak and Stasiak. Give everybody a little bit of success, and then off screen for both those guys. This one will just be a backstage angle. And that can actually go before their match. That works out pretty well. But they're going to have that singles match I was talking about. It is going to be Rob Van Dam taking on Mike Awesome. One member of Team Canada. We'll give that one 8 minutes because it's going to be our Steal the Show match. Rob Van Dam is, of course, going to win. It's going to be called, I think. Doesn't need to be slow built. And it will be decisive. And it will be for the United States title. So, big match. Looking forward to that. And we've got another subsequent angle to go over as well. What I will do here is I'm going to do a Rob Van Dam angle onto Mike Awesome and onto Lance Storm as well. It'll just be RVD speaking, but all three of them will be in the ring. And then what I'll do is I'll actually we'll have Lance Storm at ringside. We'll even do a distraction actually onto Rob by Lance. So he's getting involved in the match. It's just a distraction. It's nothing too serious. And once again, I'll make that one the Steal the Show match as well. Cool. All right. What else are we doing? Let's do that CM Punk angle before I forget. I'm going to give him 6 minutes. I know it's a good amount of time, but we'll have Harley Race be the... I'll probably script him, actually. So we'll script Punk. He can just have a nice little angle there by himself. What else have we got? Fully Blooded Italians. Need to do something there. I think, with that being said... we might have little Guido take on somebody somewhat decent. I'd love to do Super Crazy. That'd be a perfect opponent for him. Maybe D'Lo. Give D'Lo another match. Actually, not a bad idea. Either D'Lo or... yeah, we'll go D'Lo. And D'Lo will win. Maybe open script decisive. There's going to be a botched interference onto Guido by Tracy. So we'll do that. I like that. Obviously, Guido loses, but there is... instead of doing decisive, we'll do a tainted win. Oh, we'll go decisive. We'll go decisive. Need to be a bit more decisive myself. And then once again, I'm going to have Johnny the Bull with an angle onto Guido and Tracy. I think with this one, we can actually have all three of them out there. That's perfectly fine. And that'll be before Guido's match. Alrighty, do we have anything else? Would have been good actually to have Psychosis or Psycho Ripper be involved, because I could have had Buff versus him this week. That's fine. Maybe we'll do something else. Let's do this instead. And then after the episode, we've also got something to do, which is what I mentioned. It's going to be the nice little surprise from last episode. Let's have Dustin. We do that this week or next week? Do it next week. Let's go Buff and... yeah, Buff and Canyon. And they can take on Sean O'Hare and Super Crazy. We'll give the win to Canyon. And the loser, obviously Super Crazy has to lose. Don't really want O'Hare losing. Cool. That looks pretty good. And then we'll have a Buff angle onto Super Crazy as well. Hopefully try and build up Super Crazy's popularity just by him being on screen with Buff Bagwell's promos. It'll be decent, hopefully. Might actually look at changing his gimmick, being Super Crazy. Tweak it again. It's still slightly too soon. Unless he turned, but I don't really want him to turn. He's going to be the babyface, whereas Psychosis, Psycho Ripper is going to be the heel going into the future when their storyline eventually kicks off. Okay, what else are we going to do? I think Vader's going to have a match against AJ Styles, if I remember correctly. So we'll do that. Vader, AJ Styles. 6 minutes. Probably give it less, to be honest, but I don't want to bury him too much. Because AJ is going to have an important sort of progression down the line. Does Samoa Joe have any menace about him? Not really. It's quite a way off, to be honest. He lost some popularity and then he's gained it back, which is interesting. Sort of wondering who could actually benefit from going over Vader. I'm feeling like Johnny the Bull probably could. What about Rob Van Dam? Where's his popularity at? He's sort of already at that level. I think did we actually have a Vader? I don't think we have. We've had this match here, which was a main event multi-man match. Unless I'm a bit blind, but no, I can't see anything else. Yeah, I can't see anything else there. So, yeah, I don't think we've actually ever had RVD versus Vader. I mean, just looking at this match, we could probably make that the Wild Brawl, but actually, he does have 51. Let's make that the Wild Brawl. Very nice. All right, so that works that out. Then we just need a storytelling match, which can very easily be this one. Got a little bit of a story to tell with Tracy accidentally attacking Little Guido. Yeah, nice. All right. I think that's pretty much it. I've got maybe. Do we have time? We don't really have time for another match. So this angle is going to be Shane McMahon, Lance Storm, and Mike Awesome. We'll chuck all three. I'd like to script all three too, if I'm being honest. And let's have Lance Storm and Mike Awesome approach Shane McMahon and demand that he makes tonight's match for US title. You get the gist of it. He wants it for the US title. Lance is, I would say that they're sort of standing over him a little bit. I like that show. We are going to be penalized, so I need to. I'm going to give this 8 minutes just to Booker T. He is the GOAT. I might even give this 7 minutes just so it's got a little bit of something extra. would not be penalised. We're just at 50 or just below 55%, which is perfect. Let's do some pre-show matches. Want to have Dustin Rhodes team up with Chavo to take on some faces. You can probably take on Gold Bond Mafia. That's fine. Give Dustin the win there. So my surprise is obviously pertaining to the From Dream to Nightmare storyline. Some of you might already know what I'm about to do after we finish booking this show. Some of you may not. It is probably going to be pretty cool though, especially for the go home show and for the pay per view. All right, another tag team pre-show match. We'll get Johnny the Bull in there, teaming up with yeah, we'll go Shane Helms. They can take on Romeo and Skipper. And we'll give Johnny the Bull the win. Again, just trying to improve his momentum up the card. We'll do some more stuff. What else have we got? We'll go with like a 6-man. Six-man actually works out perfectly. Let's go Lance Storm, PCO, and Kevin Steen. And they can take on Billy Kidman. Who else we got? Don't really want to do Chaz in there. We'll go Hugh Morris and Lash LaRue. Or maybe Samoa Joe. We'll go Samoa Joe instead of Lash LaRue. Should be a good match though, this one. Lance will get the win. Don't really care who loses. And on the pre-show, perfect. Nice. All right, let's run the show. Everything looks pretty good, so let's do it. All right, we start off with a 57 rated pre-show tag match where we have Johnny the Bull and Shane Helms defeating Romeo and Skipper in 11:32 when Johnny the Bull in Kid Romeo with a diving, spinning leg drop. Shane Helms carrying the match. Very nice. That's unfortunate. Joey Styles debuting his commentator gimmick, getting an initial rating of poor. That's frustrating. Jerry Lawler, though, debuting his The King gimmick, getting an initial rating of very good. But that's, yeah, large boost to charisma for The King. Yeah, I don't like that. Is that going to penalize every match from now on? So we get the penalty there anyway. It doesn't look like it, though. Okay, that's all right. We then go into a 62 rated tag team pre-show match. Dustin Rhodes and Chavo Guerrero defeating Gold Bond Mafia at 11:44 when Dustin Rhodes pinned CM Punk with a lifting reverse DDT. And would you look at that? Joey Styles and Jerry Lawler have pretty good chemistry when calling matches together. They've actually got positive chemistry with each other as well. Yes. Perfect decision there to replace our previous commentators. You love to see it. All right. And the pre-show main event, 6-man tag, getting us a 68 rating where we have Team Canada defeating Billy Kidman, Hugh Morris, and Samoa Joe in 11:42 when Lance Storm submitted Joe with a single leg Boston Crab. Obviously, Lance Storm head and shoulders above everybody else. And yeah, Billy Kidman was off his game. All right, we then kick the show off. We kick off Nitro with an 80 rated angle where we have Lance Storm and Mike Awesome barging into Shane McMahon's office. And yeah, they approach Shane and basically stand over him and demand that Awesome's match tonight becomes a United States title match. And yeah, Shane grants it. Shane says RVD's a fighting champion and he will gladly accept to put his title on the line. And, you know, Shane believes he'll beat Mike Awesome tonight and bring in that title for the big pay-per-view match against Lance Storm in about a week's time. Yeah, good stuff. Shane McMahon, star, Awesome, underperformed. it is what it is. Good stuff. We were going to turn Tori here, but I think we'll turn her maybe next week. Only because I forgot to do that. Anyway, we go into a 68 rated match where we have Vader defeating AJ Styles in 5:55 by pinfall with a Vader bomb. Very good match. Very, very good match. I can't believe a 6-minute match with someone with AJ's, popularity has gotten a 68 rating. Yeah, there you go, I guess. That's unexpected. Very nice. All right, we then move into a 78 rated angle where we have Buff Bagwell cutting a promo onto Super Crazy. Basically, Buff says that he versed Super Crazy's tag team partner, being Psychosis, on the house show this week, and Buff claims that he injured Psychosis on that show, being Psycho Ripper. So yeah, good stuff. We then go into a tag team match, getting us a 76 rating here. Buff Bagwell and Canyon defeating Sean O'Haire and Super Crazy in 6:19 when Canyon pins Super Crazy with a flatliner. And obviously Canyon head and shoulders above everybody else in the match. And Crazy being the weak link with a 41. Wild Brawl, pretty good Wild Brawl match, 76. We then go into a 48 rated angle where we have Johnny the Bull once again cutting a promo onto Little Guido and Tracy Smothers. And yeah, basically Johnny says he's going to beat Guido once again and prove who is the best Italian and who deserves to hold the highest honors and make the Italian Americans proud. We then go into a Guido match, which gets us a 59 rating. And we have a bit of an upset. D'Lo Brown defeating Little Guido in 6:04. I say it's an upset. He's got more popularity and he's a champion. By pinfall with a sit-out spinebuster. During the match, we also had Tracy Smothers accidentally hit Little Guido. So Tracy trying to get involved, trying to steal the win. Bit of a tainted win he was going for with Guido here. Backfires. And Little Guido gets pinned by D'Lo. Good match though, 59. Very happy with that. We then go into a 46 rated angle with CM Punk by himself. Just basically comes out and says he's a part of the next generation here in WCW, and he will have a rise to the top. It's only a matter of time, and he wants to essentially become a champion here in WCW. That's his short-term goal. Good promo. 46, we'll take it. We then go into an 86 rated promo with Rob Van Dam cutting an angle onto both Mike Awesome and Lance Storm prior to the United States title match. RVD says he's the whole effing show. And yeah, he hates Canada because they have some interesting drug laws over in Canada. Oh my god. We get an 88 rated match for the United States title. 88. Sorry? Anyway, 88 rated match. Rob Van Dam defeating Mike Awesome in 7:47 by pinfall with a frog splash. During the match, we also had Lance Storm distract RVD. Rob Van Dam makes defense number 5 of his United States title. Ridiculous. Rob Van Dam getting better at his gimmick as well, which is crazy. Holy hell. 88 rated. Yeah. Could have been even better had we actually turned Tori Wilson in this segment like I originally wanted to. But anyway, it's fine. Can't believe that rating though. That is insane. That's like a Raw rating. Anyway, we move on. Get a 48 rated angle here for our current World Tag Team Champions being Lowdown. And they cut an angle onto their opponents at Halloween Havoc being Jindrak and Stasiak. We then go into a 62 rated match with Jindrak and Stasiak defeating Brian Kendrick and American Dragon in 625 when Mark Jindrak pinned Brian Kendrick with a diving clothesline. A good win there for Jindrak and Stasiak. Some good performances in there. 52 from American Dragon, who was 1 point below Sean Stasiak. Insane. Anyway, we move on. We go into a 98 rated angle there from Booker T. It's Booker by himself. It's money. We always know that. And he's pretty much always guaranteed to get like pretty much a 95 and above if he's by himself, unscripted. So yeah, very solid rating. We go into just a random Booker T match on Nitro. We haven't had one of these in a while. Gets us an 81, which is pretty insane as well. And we just have Booker T defeating Evan Courageous in 550 by pinfall with a bookend non-title match. Nice little win there for Booker T. We then go into the post-match angle, getting us a 93 rated angle, this time with Jeff Jarrett being rated on Entertainment as well, and both being unscripted. So good stuff. Happy with Jeff Jarrett there. He's slightly gone up a little bit better. I think his last one like in the 80s, mid 80s sort of thing. As far as his promo goes with Booker. So yeah, happy with that. Apparently deserve better announcing, better color commentary, despite us literally having better announcers in place. But that's perfectly fine. Very happy with the 93. We then go into an 80 rated angle with our 4 competitors that are vying for that #1 contendership for the world title, being Hennig, DDP, Canyon, and Sean O'Haire. Good stuff. Sean O'Haire inventing a new catchphrase that's going to boost his ability on the microphone. Good stuff. Love that. He did underwhelm, and Hennig and Canyon both struggled going off script, but all 3 of them did, to be fair, including O'Haire. So a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. I'm happy with O'Haire getting himself a new catchphrase. And the main event, really hoping it does well. It should. It is Hennig versus DDP. Very good. Okay, I'm happy with that. We get an 84 rated main event here, where we have Diamond Dallas Page defeating Curt Hennig in 15:32 by pinfall with a diamond cutter. Very good match. Very happy. 1 point away from 85. That blue rated match that I love to see. I just love seeing the blue numbers there, especially for matches. Angles are relatively easy to get, especially when people have good popularity. But when you see the matches, you just know you've booked that one properly, and they've really gone out there and put on a good performance. Anyway, yeah, DDP going over. So DDP's won his match, and then Canyon won his match. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens for the go-home show next week. We'll finish up there. We get an 89 rated show. Come on. That is good. Hopefully that increases the popularity in the Mid-Atlantic and the Southeast up to 78. That'd be really cool. But that's above and beyond our best ever rated show. 100%. Very impressed with that, actually. Nice. All right. So that's put me in a good mood. That has put me in a very, very good mood. We actually have a chance of beating Raw. We beat Raw. Come on. We actually had the same highest rated match with Raw this week. Undertaker and Big Show defeating Edge and Christian. 88 rated in their main event. I know our main event wasn't the actual 88 rated match, but there you go. All right, let's have a look here. Viewing figures, 121. TV rating, just under 914,000. That's perfectly good. Let's have a look at size. We are indeed up to 78 in the Southeast and Mid-Atlantic, and then we're 75 across those other regions. That is insane. We're almost up to big size. It's feeling pretty. I'm feeling pretty comfortable at this point that we can actually get up to big size. in probably by the end of the year. I would not be surprised. Of course, there are going to be some weeks where we maybe fall off a little bit, and the ratings don't exactly equal, what we've done tonight, for example. It's unheard of, but yeah, I have no doubt that we'll be doing some more decent ratings like we already have, especially with these guys coming in. I can't wait. I can't wait to have Eddie Guerrero. I can't wait. Rey Mysterio's contract. We'll have a little look at Rey as well. Where is he? There he is. Rey Mysterio Jr. 6 days. 6 days, and we can sign Rey Mysterio Jr. And just to put it into perspective, that's what he looks like. Absolutely incredible. Very much. All right, so here's the surprise, or the cool thing we're doing for next week's episode, for next episode. And that is going to be this. We're going to get Dusty Rhodes coming in. We've got 60 overness, still an occasional wrestler. You might sort of see where we're going with this one. Obviously, a few people do indeed like Dusty. I'm going to go with a paper appearance. Is he the booker or the owner? He's both. He's both the owner and booker for TCW. So we're going to literally just hire him on an ongoing contract, try and get his merchandise down a little bit. Actually, we'll do that, events and A shows, and then I'll get him to pass the torch as well. Because I would like to have an AJ Styles Dusty Rhodes match if I can, before he stops wrestling. So I think that'd be pretty sweet. Anyway, let's see. Pretty ironclad. Want some more money? Rightio. Oh, per show. Give him a little bit higher merchandise. There we go. Done. Dusty Rhodes signing with WCW. And he's going to come in and get involved with his son, Dustin. He's also going to be a really good road agent as well, just to put it into perspective. Let me go back and go in here. I mean, his stamina's gone, but 95 rating for his psychology. Passes on knowledge as well. Very good on the microphone, as you can see. And yeah, he's not very good in the ring, but we'll essentially try and minimize that type of stuff. And maybe just have him versus a few different people on the roster that, along with maybe a tag team match at Starrcade, potentially, with his son Dustin. The American Dream and the American Nightmare together. Could be something. Anyway, that is going to wrap up the episode, guys. That's hopefully a nice little treat there for next episode as well. Dusty will be on the show. And he'll also, he'll be present at the pay-per-view for that deciding match between Shane McMahon and Dustin Rhodes. So yeah, make sure you drop a like, guys. Subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. And apart from that, as always, take it easy and goodbye.